Hey guys, this is Candle and welcome back to Final Fantasy. When we last left off, we got our class change. We've got two of the crystals. We got our class change, and now we're ready to explore the northern continents. Easiest way is just fly south. Because the first place we want to go to is the Eye of the Hawk. Welcome to the town of Gaia. This is Gaia. Outsiders often call our town the Eye of the Hawk. To our south is an ancient city known as the Wing of the Hawk. We'll go there in a bit. But there's not much point to going there now. You can, but you can't really do anything. Have you visited the Wing of the Hawk? I can't understand a word they say there, and that's why. Until you get what you need, everybody there is going to just speak gibberish. I don't believe it. You're outsiders, aren't you? How did you make it up this high into the mountains? Can you fly or something? Nah, that's impossible, right? Yeah, maybe. My dad was always telling me how the castle to the west was a place to test your courage. Yeah, we already found that out. A fairy was living at her spring, but I haven't seen her lately. I wonder what's happened to her. I wonder too. Alright, first off, do we have anything worth selling? No, we already did all that. Okay. So first off then... Oh, hello. Am I... This guy got changed out at some point. In the NES version, I'm pretty sure that this is a dragon. But he got changed out for a guy here. Oops, I accidentally left town. Yeah, he got changed out for a guy here at some point. That broom's always trying to weasel its way out of chores. I don't know what to do with it. I don't know either. Busy, busy, swish, swishery. There's a tower in the Unicorn Desert that no one can enter. Some people think it's nothing but a mirage, so it's called the Mirage Tower. No one can say for sure, though. Well, that sounds interesting. Legends say the sky people could soar through the sky and build castles above the clouds. Well, I think that implies that our airship was from the sky people. They say a special water called Oxyel gushes from the bottom of our spring, but only fairies can draw it out. Interesting. Well, I wonder what we need Oxyel for. I saw a shining light fly off to the west in the night sky. I know I saw it. So funny thing, the NES version actually has her saying that it flew off to the east, which, as far east as they are, doesn't really make sense until you realize that the world wraps around horizontally. There's more to explore up here, though, including the item shop. There was a scholar studying the Lufenian language, but I can't seem to recall his name. I wonder who that is. What about you up here, Mr. Pirate-looking guy? I caught the fairy, so I figure she's mine to do with as I please. What's the big deal? So I sold her to the caravan. So what? Well, that's not good. So yeah, this is the town sanctuary. It's pretty big. There's more back here, but it's not much. It's just the fairy's fountain. So yeah, Gaia is mostly here to give us extra information. Plus, you may notice there's two sets of magic shops again. We're going to hold off on those for a... Nah, we'll do it. I was going to say we're going to hold off on those for a second, but we'll do it anyways. So if we go in here, we have the level 7 black magic shop, but notice how there's only two. Yeah, unfortunately... Yeah, we'll go ahead and take break as well. Unfortunately, the level 7 shops are kind of split up. So yeah, Blizzagot is a must. Break is, whatever. Actually, does it say in here what break does? Yeah, so break petrifies one enemy. It's whatever. It's okay. But in here we'll find Kuraja and Diaja, which are both rather useful. However, yeah, we'll take Diaja. There we go. I was going to say, I think Hilaga is also a level 7 white spell. I'm not sure. But then up here, we have more magic shops, and it's not the other half of the level 7 spells. It is most of the level 8 spells. So we got Stop, Warp, and Kill. So these are all, very situational. Kill, it's an instant kill. Warp banishes enemies to another dimension, basically does the same thing. And Stop stops time and paralyzes all enemies. We're not going to get any of these right now, but, you know, they are what they are. You can pick and choose which ones you like. I would still recommend leaving one space open for level 8 black magic. And the same for level 8 white magic. Because again, we've got, you know, 3 different spells here, but not the 4th one, the missing one. So we have Holy, which is the ultimate white magic, you know, offensive spell. And we're going to hold off on that. Actually, we're going to hold off on all these. Dispel is the one that's, like, not really useful at all. I would definitely get Holy and Null All. The only problem with Null All is it reduces, you know, damage from all spells by half. Kind of like, oh god. My audio's cutting out again. Give me 1 second. I hate that I keep doing this. I really do wonder. If it's because of power issues with my splitter or... Hopefully that's better. But I really do wonder if it's power issues with my splitter or what. Or if it's even, you know, possibly coming through the cable to my headset and not, you know, the game itself. I have no idea. All I know is... Hold on 1 second. There we go. Actually, I'm starting to think it might be the headset itself and static getting cut through the cable. Coming through the cable. Because I'm sitting on the couch. I don't know, maybe it'd be different if I was at my desk instead. Excuse me, I just had some water go down the wrong pipe. Alright, I'm better. Excuse me. Alright. But yeah, even if you buy all your white magic spells now, don't get Dispel. It's just not useful. And you need to save an extra spot anyways. Alright, we're good on items. We do have weapons and armor shops here. They're not going to offer that much. So yeah, this offers ruby armlets, but they're really expensive. And we can get those in upcoming dungeons as well. The same with protect rings. Protect rings are really useful because they guard against instant death. But we're going to hold off on these for now because they're so expensive. And over here we have cat claws, which is a weapon for ninjas, thieves, I think, and black wizards, and possibly black mages, I'm not sure. And it's the best weapon that black mage can equip, or a black wizard can equip. But for now, obviously we can't afford it, so we're just going to leave it. And it is time to leave Gaia then. We've done everything we can here. And so they talked about the Wing of the Hawk, you know, village on the Wing of the Hawk. That is right down here. This is Lufenia. We'll go there in a bit. Bit of a problem though. Notice how there's it's surrounded by forests. Yeah, there is nowhere to land over here unless you go all the way up to here. This is like the only space that's available. In other versions, it's literally just like one tile. Here they expanded it a little bit so that you're not like hunting as much for it. But it's literally like the only space where you can land to get to Lufenia. So instead what we're going to do is we're going to travel east around the back of the world to here, which is the best landing place on this continent. And there's three locations to go to here. There we go. Let's just go ahead and max, auto fight this. All right, so there's 3 locations. The first and most important is across the river here because we have another town. This is the only other town in the game that is a proper town. This is Onrac. So here, we actually have more people to talk to. Look at my legs. Aren't they wonderful? I love having legs. Look, look. Did you see that move I just did? Yeah, this lady really seems to love her legs. I wonder why. Over here, you ever heard of something called Oxyale? Yeah, actually, they have it in Gaia, apparently, but you need a ferry to get it. They said that the shrine sank into the sea 200 years ago. Now there are mermaids living there, or so the story goes. Yeah, so this is where the Sunken Shrine is, which is also where the water crystal is. That Underhill fella from the Caravan had something very weird for sale. What Caravan? They say this used to be a beautiful village until about 200 years ago. Yeah, that would be when the water fiend attacked. Cope's been spreading some nonsense story about how he saw a shining thing fall out of the sky. Huh. Is it really nonsense, though? Out of my way! Blast it! I haven't been able to catch me a single fish. How am I supposed to keep food on my plate and in my belly? So basically beer. Are those legs really yours? Yes, they are. My father's with the Caravan. Right now, they're over in the desert to the west. They usually pitch camp by the forest near the north of the desert. I hope he comes home soon. So yeah, it's a good thing they actually expanded on that, because that is like the only clue that will tell you where the desert is, or where the Caravan is, and you have to go there because you need the ferry. Oh, no, this was the dragon I was thinking of. Never mind. Amazing. Humans have been honored by the Dragon King. So yeah, that guy in Gaia I thought was previously a dragon. This is actually, I was getting him confused with this guy. Long ago, an ancient race known as the Sky People used a language called Lufenian. My brother Un would always tell me how he'd figure out how to speak it if only he had the Rosetta Stone. Ah, so this is Dr. Un's brother. Okay. Okay, that's just a regular fountain. The Sunken Shrine is said to be filled with riches. Silver, gold, diamonds, even tablets describing lost languages and civilizations, if you believe the legends. So yeah, this is your clue that, you know, you're going to want to check around at the Sunken Shrine for a tablet for the Rosetta Stone. Hi, my name's Cope. You want to hear about the shining object I saw? I think it fell somewhere near the waterfall to the north. No one believes me, but I think it was some kind of mechanical creature. Well, we'll definitely have to check that out at some point. 200 years ago, the Shrine of Onrac flourished. It brimmed with the power of water. I ask but one thing of you. Please, restore that power to its former grace. We will certainly try, my good man. I wanted to save the mermaids living on the sea floor, so I made this submarine out of a barrel. But when I went underwater, I started running out of air. I couldn't breathe. It's totally useless. Even worse, it's dangerous. You'd better keep away. Okay, so we need a way to breathe underwater if we want to actually get to the shrine. Beyond that, there is an item shop. Yeah, you can see there is an inn, a sanctuary, an item shop, and 2 magic shops. There is no equipment shops in this town. But in the magic shops, we have the remaining black magic spells. Saber is very useful. It's more powerful than Temper. Problem is it only works on the caster. So it's not as useful as you might think. Because the only one who can actually equip it, you know, the only one who can learn it is the Black Wizard. Blind is also not as useful because it inflicts an enemy with darkness. So we'll forego those for now. And check out the white magic shops. Which again has the other half of the black, or the level 7 white magic spells. So Null Death would be useful, however, if you just get Protect Rings, which are really good defensive items anyways, you don't ever need this spell. And then Helaga is, you know, really useful as well. But we're going to forego those for now, because it is time to go see if we can't find that caravan. Which, like the airship, does not actually show up on the map. Hold up, why did you... Why did you guys all disappear on your regular attacks? Did I accidentally run through for some reason? I have no idea. So yeah, like the airship, the caravan is like the only other location that doesn't properly show up on the map. And you have to go up here to this little patch of desert that we will get to after this fight. Yeah, most of the monsters on the overworld now aren't really any trouble. It's the monsters in the remaining dungeons that you need to watch out for. There we go. So in this patch of desert is the Caravan, which again, we have to come to. Alright, welcome! So yeah, this guy is selling the bottled fairy, and only the bottled fairy. But it's quite expensive. It's 40,000 gil. There we go. We'll go ahead and buy it. Now, if you don't have enough money, you will have to go grind for it, because you need the bottled fairy to progress. However, there is one location that's better to grind than others, because most of the monsters in the dungeons you've been to and on the world map will not really give enough gil to fix things up. So instead, you can actually go to the Waterfall Cavern right here, where there's treasure chests full of gil, and the monsters will give a bit more. We're going to hold off on that a little bit, and instead, we're going to do that after the Sunken Shrine, because you don't actually have to do it until you're ready to go take on the Wind Crystal. So instead, here in Gaia, as soon as we step into town, this cutscene plays out, and the fairy is released. And now, what we want to do is go talk to her. Because remember, we just helped her, and she might reward us. You're the ones who rescued me from that bottle. I'm sorry about running away, but I was just so scared. I'll get you some Oxyale from the bottom of the spring to make up for it, okay? So yeah, she refills our bottle with Oxyale instead. Which is exactly what we need in order to go to the Sunken Shrine. There we go, we got some Oxyale. Air will flow out of that water for as long as you have it. Yes, indeed, it is a key item. Strange liquid that gushes forth air. And with it, we now have a supply of air for when we're underwater. Oh, nope, I didn't want to do that. So now we can go back to Onrac. There we go. Alright, let's go ahead and just auto a fight. Yeah, those gauntlets are going to be extremely useful in the next dungeon. Next two dungeons, technically, because of the Waterfall Cavern, too. But especially the Sunken Shrine, where, again, it's the water dungeon. So all of the enemies are water-based, which means they're weak to lightning. There we go. Got some good level ups there. Jack even has broken 300 HP. Actually, I think he already broke 300 HP. I think he only got like 5 that time. Seriously, what is Jack's problem? Alright, first up... No, I didn't mean to go in here. I wanted to go to the inn first. Just to make sure... Excuse me, just to make sure everybody's topped off. It's not that expensive. There we go. And now that that's done, it's time to go to the Sunken Shrine. So, Missy, will you let us use your submarine now? You have Oxyale. Yes, we do. You're the ones we've been waiting for. Please, save the mermaids. So yeah, she, it seems, may have actually been a mermaid. Do you want to get in the barrel? Yes, indeed, let's go. And unfortunately, we don't get that really neat cutscene. Oh, no, we do. Or no, it's not the really neat cutscene of going down to the Sunken Shrine from the Game Boy Advance and PSP versions. Might be in the PS1 version, I'm not sure. But either way, we just get that weird transition. So, the Sunken Shrine is another dungeon that's designed around 2 trips. Because you start off in the middle. If we scroll up the map here, you'll see there's stairs in the upper left corner going down and stairs in the upper right corner going up. So you start in the middle. Your primary objective is at the very bottom. That's where you'll find the Water Fiend and the Water Crystal. However, there is a secondary objective at the top, which you will need to get to progress. Because you need it in order to unlock the path to the wind crystal. And in fact, this is why you can actually do the wind crystal first if you want, because you can do half of the Sunken Shrine, then back out before doing the water crystal, then go do the wind crystal, and then come back and do the water crystal, or even the fire crystal if you haven't done that yet. First off, there are 2 treasure chests on this floor. There we go. Ah, one of them fled. So there are 2 treasure chests on this crystal. The first one is in here. It's 9,900 gil. Ambushed. Uh-oh, that's not good. But most of these monsters aren't too much of a threat to us now, so I can just leave it on auto battle for the most part and have Carl take out most of them with that free Thundara, while Jill heals everybody with that free healing spell. Alright, so the other treasure... Oh, I went too far north for it. The other treasure's a little bit further south, and it's on the right side of the map. There we go. Bye-bye, Water Naga. Alright, it is actually over here. But of course, now we're getting into all these fights while I try to get over there. There we go. Alright, it's right in here. So that's 2,000 gil. If we check this, there's no other chests on this map. Oops. I got stuck on the wall. There we go. Perfect. Alright, let's go up this way, because we want to tackle the upper portion first. Even if it's technically optional right now, we're still going to have to get to the top of the map, or the top of the Sunken Shrine, to progress. So we may as well do that now, rather than come back afterwards. Because I think we can actually clear this dungeon in one go. You don't have to make 2 trips. If you don't want all the loot or stuff like that, you don't have to make 2 trips. However, it's just sometimes easier. So we may or may not still do that. I don't know. I might need to break Jill out and heal Jack, or at least heal him outside of combat. That might be better. Because that free healing spell isn't as entirely useful as you might think always, because it's only a level 1 healing spell. Anyway, Sunken Shrine, 4th floor. Yeah, you start off on the 3rd floor. This is the 4th. You have to go up to the 5th, I believe, to get the secondary objective. Alright, okay, nothing in here. However, we do have that one. We have this one up here, so we can start planning our route. And then all 3 down below. Okay. So we'll go around, get the top, and circle down and around. Oh, we got ambushed. Not great, but it is what it is. So these are undead. Yeah, they can stun lock you, but they're weak to holy magic and fire magic, but they're also, not that strong compared to Thundara at this point, so... But they can hit hard, so that's not good. But this Thundara should be enough to wipe them out. There we go. Alright, let's go ahead and heal then. There we go. Got everybody mostly to full. And let's do the same. Although I do need to keep an eye, because they really hit Carl hard there. Come on. There we go. And then this Thundara will finish him off. Perfect. And we just need to heal again. We're really close to another level up. Alright, so what do we got up here? Beyond water elementals. Which may or may not actually be weak to lightning for some reason. I don't think they're actually weak to thunder magic. I mean, it hurts them, obviously. They don't absorb it. But, yeah, they're not particularly weak to it. Alright, Candle got a good level. Jack, what is with the piddly HP increases, Jack? Why do you always keep getting low ones? Anyways, we got some diamond armor, which is really good. It's, like, probably the second best armor in the game. And can only be equipped by fighters and knights, I think. You know, warriors and knights. So he has armor crafted from diamond that guards against lightning, in particular. So that will be useful. I didn't realize that that guarded against lightning, though. I always thought it was just, you know, more powerful armor. Either way. I don't think we'll encounter that many monsters down here that would use lightning on us, but I do think it is possible. You know, it's much more likely you'll encounter monsters that are weak to lightning rather than, you know, that use it themselves. Oops, I went the wrong direction. Freaking ambushes. Oh, come on. Alright, there we go. That should take care of the shark, at least. Leaving the white shark. Alrighty. Yeah, this set of attacks really does wonders in this dungeon. You know, just have Candle and Jack attack, Jill heal with the healing staff, and Carl cast Thundara with gauntlets. We got some Gil. And it really helps our mages conserve their magic too, because we're going to need that when it comes time for the to face off against the Water Fiend. Alrighty. There we go. Perfect. So we got a light axe, which may be better than the... No, it's not as good as the ice brand. However, the light axe is another item that can be used in combat, another piece of equipment that can be used in combat, and it casts Tiara when used, which is extremely useful against like certain enemies, particularly undead enemies, which we know there are some of in this dungeon. So I could swap Jack out and have him start using the light axe. Yeah, I think we're going to do that. Now, that means he's going to be useless in most fights until we, you know, change his actions. But he'll be extremely useful when it comes to these guys. There we go. Yeah, that DR is not going to take them out in a single hit. But combined with the Thundara from the gauntlets, it will really help. So the... Mage's Staff is another item that does stuff. It casts Fyra. So that could be useful too. And in fact, I think we'll switch you out. Instead of doing the light axe, we'll do the Mage's Staff, because then you'll still be more useful in the rest of the fights. Plus, I mean, ghosts are weak to fire magic anyways, so because they're counted as undead. Not as good as Yara, though, I noticed. Or Thundara. Maybe that's just because, you know, he's a weaker mage. You know, Jack is a weaker mage. So we got Preemptive Strike. Oh, yeah, those things are not weak to... Oh, they are weak to lightning, then. Okay. I was going to say they're not weak to fire magic at all. But it looks like they may actually be weak to lightning, so that's good. Ah, no. Okay, one of them fled. That's good. Alright, we're not quite keeping our health topped up with Jill, but it's good enough. You know, it's close enough for now. There we go. Alright, so here we got a decent amount of gil. And then up here, we reach the top floor of the Sunken Shrine, where there's a lot of chambers to explore. But don't worry, because there are no encounters on this floor. Because this is where the mermaids live. Oh, my prayers have been answered. Yes, indeed they have. If the light of the sea is lost, we will turn into sea foam and vanish forever, which actually follows real myths about mermaids and is actually how the original story of The Little Mermaid ended. Yeah, the Little Mermaid herself, who was never actually given a name, I don't think, ends up dying and turning to sea foam at the end of the story. And I'm pretty sure this is what happened to that woman who gave us her submarine. And it also explains why some of those women up in Onrac are very enamored of having legs. Excuse me, sorry, I had to sneeze there. But why some of the women in Onrac are very enamored of having legs is because they're mermaids who recently gained them. But yes, there's also a lot of treasures in here too, including a diamond armlet, which is the best armlet in the game. So we'll go ahead and give that to you. An armlet adorned with diamonds. We'll give that to you. And then we'll swap out your silver armlet for a ruby. Actually, we'll swap yours for the ruby armlet. There we go. And we continue up here. One of our friends went to the world above and hasn't returned. I wonder what she's doing now. I do hope she's alright. So yeah, that would most likely be the woman who built the submarine. You can breathe underwater? How? How? Through the use of oxyale. How else? How do you guys breathe underwater? Do you have gills or something? Maybe. Alright, save the sea. Restore light to the water crystal. We will certainly try. Are those the crystals the legends speak of? Just who are you? We're the Warriors of Light, baby. Okay, so got some gil there. Oh, no, can't do anything there. This is the uppermost level of the shrine. The Kraken, the fiend of water, nests on its lowest level. So yeah, it will be our next objective. So we got an antidote here. The Mirage Tower stands in the desert to the east of the continent, right? Well, I saw someone go into the tower. I could hear the most lovely chiming sound, which is supposed to be kind of a little bit of your clue that you need a specific item to get into the Mirage Tower. If we tried to go there now, we would not be able to get in. I think it would let us go into the Mirage Tower itself, but there'd probably be a door that would actually block us from progressing further than that. I've never actually tried to go into the Mirage Tower without the item we need to get in, so I don't know for sure. We got the diamond shield here, which is for Candle. It's better than the flame shield, and it guards against lightning, so we'll go ahead and take that. While the Fiend of Water lives, the light of the sea grows ever darker. Indeed it does. We're going to take care of that pretty soon. Okay, we got some more gil there, and then you'll notice... Oh, we got one more room here. So if the light of the sea is not restored, we will vanish as foam on the wave. So yeah, if we don't fix the water crystal, they're going to die. So you'll notice there is a room here we can't get to. Like, it's completely blocked off from where we are now. And that's where we actually need to go. But also, look, see how there is a passage up there leading off to the right edge of the map? Well, this is the only, well, one of only 2 maps besides the overworld that actually wraps around. Because we got to go up on this side and it will wrap around, and that's how you get to this room. We've got a diamond helm, which is better than the mithril helm. Helm made of diamond. Does not guard against lightning, though. It's just a helm of diamond. We got some diamond gloves, which are just gloves made of diamond. And is now, you know, we've got like the best armor that Candle can get, except for like 1 or 2 items. I think specifically the helm and the armor themselves. But the best shield, best gloves that he can get, I'm pretty sure. Well, maybe not. I wonder if the Protect Ring is actually stronger than the Diamond Gloves. Either way, we'll want to get that eventually. But here is the actual reason why we came up here. Because, yes, here's the Rosetta Stone, which we will take to Dr. Oon after we finish this dungeon. Now, we could climb all the way back through the tower to get to the main center area, or we can use a couple teleports, which will take us to the previous floors. Alright, let's do this one more. Now, if we used Jill's exit instead, that would take us out of the Sunken Shrine entirely, and we would end up outside of Onrac, actually, I believe. But if we go to Carl and use his teleport one more time, we're back on the main floor here, and now we can actually go into the depths of the tower. The Sunken Shrine, rather. We just gotta deal with all these monsters on the way. There we go. Got a good level up. Oh, come on, Jack. Seriously? Just 5 HP? What is going on with this playthrough? For some reason, Jack is like hanging way back behind everybody else, and I have no idea why. There we go. Alright, so down here, we have... Oh, yeah, this is a fairly short area. So yeah, we could go to the east here, but it's just a dead end. Instead, we want to go to the north. You'll notice there's stuff over here as well, but that's not actually part of where we are. This dungeon is longer than it may seem. You know, you start on the third floor, climb up to the fifth, and then go back to the third to go down. You think there's only 2 floors below that. There's actually 1 or 2 more than that, I think. Plus, you actually have to go up and down several times to get where you need to go. So this one, we just continue north here. That's a lot of Sahagin. 8 Sahagin chiefs and 1 Sahagin prince. Oh boy. No regular Sahagin here, I guess. There we go. Alright, so we take these stairs back up to the 3rd floor, and then up to a hidden section of the 4th floor. So you have to go down, then up, up, and then down, 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 in order to get where you need to go. Alright, thankfully a couple of these are rather small floors, and there's nothing in here. Okay, I thought so, but I wasn't entirely sure. I think there's really only like 2 floors left with loot. And it's still some good items, too. There we go. Alright, so, yeah. Got some gil there. And here. So, maybe I was wrong. There's 2 more floors after this one with loot. I forgot there was loot on this one. Pretty sure it's just 2. I could be wrong again. We'll find out soon enough. Alright, so here, yeah, we're back to here now. This is that floor where we only just had to go north. But now we're back to here, and we've got quite a bit to explore. So we kind of want to circle down clockwise here, starting down this way, and go like up around here before heading to the exit for this floor. Because I'm pretty sure all of these rooms have loot in them. There we go. Oh, come on. I was so close to the door. Okay. Well, these guys aren't, like, any real trouble. The Thundara will take out pretty much all of them, actually. So, yes, we do have loot here. Got monsters, though, we gotta deal with. Oh, it's just water elementals. And we got a preemptive strike. That's, like, no trouble at all, then. Get a good heal off, though. Good. I love it when they attack Candle. He can tank the damage. There we go. Got some heal for our trouble. Whoops, I didn't mean to do that. I meant to do this. Because I just wanted to check. Yeah, okay. So there is loot in each of the rooms. On this floor. Alright, come on, Carl. Come on, Carl. Take him out. Take him out, Carl. There we go. Proven his worth. So we're going to get rid of the gauntlets after this dungeon, probably because they're not really that useful after this dungeon. Yeah, they're really useful in here because most of the monsters are weak to lightning magic, but not as useful afterwards. Okay, we got monsters. That's fine. Oh, maybe not fine. Okay. Well, that Phyra will really help. We got 3 Pyralisks and 3 Cockatrices. A little bit worried about getting stoned. Alright, heal helps. The Thundara will help a bit, but it's the Phyra that... Oh, okay, the Thundara helps a lot. I was going to say it's the Phyra that's going to really, be the clincher. Alright. Still, again, only 5. Only 5 HP. What the hell? We got the Giant's Gloves. This is another item here. Yeah, it casts Saber when used. This is actually incredibly useful because this is the only way somebody other than a black wizard can cast Saber. So we're going to hold on to that. Specifically for certain boss fights so that Candle can use it instead of, having Temper cast on him instead. There we go. Perfect. There we go. And again, Saber is more powerful than Temper. It does the same thing, but it's more powerful, but it only works on the caster, the person casting the spell. Which is why, as a regular spell, it's not that useful, because the only person who can use it would be your black wizard, who does piddly damage with physical attacks anyways. Alright, so we got monsters here. But tying it to a combat item, tying Saber to a combat item, really does make it a lot more useful. Perfect. Oh, so we got a second light axe there. So now we could potentially cast Diara 3 times in battle, including Jill. Not that we're really going to need it, because there's not really any more undead bosses in the game. There are, undead enemies, but there's not really any undead bosses. Okay, we're just going to ignore you, because we're going to circle around this way. And again, maybe it would have been easier just to do the counterpoint. There we go. Okay, got you. And then loot here. Got a ribbon. Ribbon is a classic Final Fantasy item. And yeah, they really did show up in the very first game. So we're going to go down to Carl first. So we're going to replace Carl's leather cap with a ribbon which has the same stats. However, it guards against elemental attacks and status effects. In the original game, it really only guarded against elemental attacks. A little bit, and then later versions added the status effect thing because that was like what ribbons did by that point in the franchise. So from now on, Carl cannot be paralyzed. He can't be poisoned. He can't be stoned, petrified. He can't be put to sleep. He can't be inflicted with dark. He can't get any status effects. Although, instant death attacks can still work on him. So we've got the first ribbon. I think there are only 3 in the game. I know there's only 3 in the NES version. And the PS1 version. But I don't know if they ever added a 4th one, which kind of sucks. Like, you've got a party of 4, would make sense to have 4 ribbons, but, it is what it is. So if there's not 4 ribbons, if there's only 3, which I know there's at least 3, but if there's only 3, then Candle is going to be the odd one out, and as the tank, he can deal with it. So we're down to the first floor of the dungeon. Actually, I think there isn't any more loot. I think we got all the loot. Yes, we got 32 out of 32 chests. So you can ignore these chambers up here. Just cut through to the west and circle... cut through to the west, then head north and continue on to this big room here. There we go. Perfect. Alright, now we gotta go north and circle around. Because we're getting really close to the altar of water, to the water crystal. Alright, we're almost there. There we go. And up through here. Preemptive strikes. These guys are nothing by this point. And it is around this way. There we go. That's what I like to see. Perfect. Okay. And then down here and around. Because the Kraken is hiding way at the back. Now, right in here. Of course, we end up with a white shark while we're at it. There we go. Alright, let's go ahead and heal real quick. And do our usual quick save. And now we can face off against the Kraken. You humans do impress. I would not have thought to see you here. And yet here we are. But do you really think you can defeat the Fiend of Water here in my own domain? Fools, these dark depths shall be your tomb. And who said Final Fantasy's weird obsession with octopus monsters started with Ultros in Final Fantasy VI? So yeah, this is the original octopus boss from, Final Fantasy. So, first off, let us go straight off and do a Giant's Gloves. Let's you do a haste. Have you cast Null Frost. Have you cast a haste on Jack as well. There we go. Got sabered. So when Jack starts, when Candle starts hitting on the next turn, it's going to be powerful. Alright, let's go ahead and attack. We'll have you do the Giant's Gloves next. And have you... you don't have too much else. Let's do a Protera, just to be on the safe side. Looks like Carl, for some reason, ended up not getting Yeah, Carl didn't get the Null Frost for... Oh, that's why. I think the ribbon prevents it. Maybe. I'm not sure. But either way, with the ribbon, I don't really think you need the Null Frost. Because it protects against elemental attacks. So we will have you do a Thundaga. Alright, 12 hits for 460 damage. And the Thundaga itself does 411. So that's already almost 900 damage on just the first actual attack round. Okay, good. So Carl can still get Protect status. Okay. Have you attack. You next. I think to be safe, we might do Null Shock. Or... I never got you Invisirod, did I? Oh, well. Yeah, we'll do Null Shock just to be safe, because I think that the Kraken might be able to use Thundara, but I could be wrong. Either way, we'll stick with Thundaga for you. 8 hits. There we go. Only 12 damage. Alright, this fight shouldn't take that much longer. 12 hits again. See, there it is. The Kraken is defeated. Now imagine how tough this fight would be if you didn't use Haste and Saber, or Temper, and also Thundaga. It would be a lot more difficult and take a lot longer. But either way, we hold up the water shard to the Mother Crystal and rekindle its light. Alrighty. Got exactly what we needed. And now, we can leave. Which will pop us back outside of Onrac. Yeah, because it takes you back to the world map, which for us means Onrac. So if you look here, you can see 3 of our crystals are lit, although they don't really look that much brighter than the unlit wind crystal. Either way, first we want to come into Onrac. And, oh, did we check out the Rosetta Stone in here? Yeah, tablet inscribed with ancient writing. Kind of based off of the real Rosetta Stone, which didn't actually teach people dead languages. It just helped them decrypt hieroglyphs, ancient Egyptian hieroglyphs, and really only because they already had the same, you know, it was basically a treaty, a trade agreement, but it was written in 3 languages, based in ancient Greek, ancient Egyptian hieroglyphs, and oh god, I don't remember what the third one was. I don't remember. I can't remember what the third one was, but basically, since we kind of already knew ancient Greek and we already kind of knew the third language, we were able to use those to decrypt the hieroglyphs. We still don't know what ancient Egyptian actually sounded like, so while we can read ancient Egyptian hieroglyphs, we can't actually speak it. It's still technically a dead language. You know, nobody speaks it. Let's go ahead. You already have... Yeah, we'll go ahead and give you Saber. And... Here, was there a third one here we wanted? Yes, Helaga. Like I said, Null Death is not going to be useful enough. So we'll go ahead and take those. And now we are completely done with Onrac. We don't have to do anything else in here. But before we go, it would be a good idea to sell off some of our loot. Let's go ahead and sell the gauntlets. We're not going to need those. So, no, we'll keep the giant's gloves, keep the healing staff, sell the flame mail, sell the light axes, sell the mage's staff, sell the mithril helm, sell the silver armlet, the flame shield, we don't need those, leather cap, mithril gloves, okay. And then we're going to buy, max out some of these items, just cuz. Because we got plenty of gil. There we go. Give me 5 more of these. 5 more of these. 5 of these. And 5 of these. There we go. We'll leave it at like that for now. And make sure our items get sorted. Alrighty. So we're done in Onrac. Before we leave this continent, though, there is one more place to go. That's a good thing that did that, because I put it on auto without changing people's attacks. But yes, remember I mentioned the Waterfall Cave earlier? Now it's time to actually explore it. We got ambushed. Uh-oh. 3, 4, 5. Oh no, that's not what I wanted. Damn it. I missed my count. Well, we're going to end up wasting a null shock. You know, the Thunder God is fine. But we're going to end up wasting a null shock. I was just trying to speed up that initial round of enemy attacks and accidentally held the auto attack too long because I missed my count. There we go. Now this is a very small dungeon. It is only a single floor. However, there is loot in here, and including a key item we actually need to progress. It's not the one we need to get into the Mirage Tower, but it is one we will need shortly after getting into the Mirage Tower. So it's usually a better idea to get it now rather than, you know, going through the Mirage Tower and then having to backtrack and do it again. Which is why, you know, the Mirage Tower itself is another dungeon that's kind of designed for multiple trips. You know, the developers kind of designed around the idea of, you know, maybe you got the item you needed to progress past it, maybe you didn't, but otherwise, you know, if you didn't, you know, we need to give the player some shortcuts. So it's not as tedious on a second trip. Go. Almost through this fight. Alright, yeah, it's around this way. Sorry, I'm not really looking at the minimap for the most part, because I know that these dungeons fairly well. And the minimap doesn't actually show that much more of the map than you can already see on your screen. Just a little bit in terms of height, basically. In fact, I don't even really know why they included mini-maps. There was really no need. You know, sure, okay, maybe a mini-map for the world map, you know, for the overworld, but, you know, you could easily access these maps regardless, so you didn't really need them. And in fact, we could just turn them off, but this is the default, so we're going to leave it. Alright, so here we have an encounter point we have to deal with. I'm going to risk it. Carl, at least, I know is safe from getting stoned. But we're going to risk it here. And just go straight for the attacks. Although I could have, you know, sped things up if I had to use a couple Fyras. Maybe I should have done that. I don't know. It doesn't take that long. It's what, 2-3 more rounds at most? No, 1 more round. Literally. This is it. There we go. So let's go ahead and get our loot here. We got a wizard staff, a ribbon, some gil, and a defender. A defender is a powerful sword. Casts blink when used as well. We are actually going to give this to... ooh, it doesn't actually increase you that much. Higher accuracy, though. You know what? Yeah, we'll give it to Jack. And the new ribbon we're going to give to Jill. So our mages are both good now in terms of status effects. And then the last item we got is the wizard staff, which casts Confuse when used. So it could be potentially useful, it might not. But we've got this little fellow here, too, who is quite a bit interesting. I've been waiting. Take this cube, Tiamat, Flying Fortress, please. So he gives us the Warp Cube, which really will come in really handy soon. And then he breaks down. Yeah, this was a robot. So all the people who say that a Final Fantasy with like sci-fi elements isn't a real Final Fantasy are full of bullshit. Because Final Fantasy has had sci-fi elements since the very beginning. Like literally, there are robots in this game. And there's even more when we get to the Flying Fortress. And I'll talk about it when we get there. But for now, why did I even get into this fight? I have no idea. But let's get out of it real quick. So yeah, they made some kind of changes to the Flying Fortress I don't necessarily agree with. Starting with like the WonderSwan Color PS1 version and onward. Because if you go back to the NES version, it's quite a bit different and makes more sense. But for now, anyways, let us go ahead and use Jill's exit spell to get out of here, because we've got everything we need. That's literally all the loot. Was searching for the word for some reason. That's all the loot in the Waterfall Cavern. No, the Waterfall Cave.